So I'm setting up right now, and I am currently in a dilemma because, as you can see, they didn't give anybody chairs. Nobody has chairs right now. Hey everybody, my name is Janine and welcome back to my channel. I am a Chinese-Filipino freelance artist based in the DFW area, and I do Artist Alley vlogs. So if that is something you are interested in, then be sure to subscribe and stick around. So this weekend we are at Weebcon. Weebcon is an anime convention held at the Gaylord Resort and Hotel. We are in the convention center area of the hotel right now, and everybody is still sitting up. It is day one, actually. We came in a little bit early in order to get parking and in order to set up. We could have set up yesterday, but we decided we didn't want to pay for parking on day zero, so we just came in this morning. Weebcon has an estimated attendance of about 15,000. I don't know if that is turnstile or not. I did vend last year and it was a pretty decent show. So I am back again, hoping this year is just as good. It was at a different location last year. So last year it was at the Urban Convention Center. I think Weebcon is too big of a show for the Urban Convention Center. Personally, as a vendor, I really like that convention center because it's very easy to load in. But they moved to the Gaylord this year. It's actually usually held in this convention center, but I think last year they didn't sign the contract in time or something. I'm not super sure. But we are back this year at the Gaylord. Unfortunately, the Gaylord is known for being atrocious about parking. So we came in early this morning because we wanted to guarantee ourselves a parking spot in the garage. We did manage to grab a spot. So if you're looking to either attend or vend at Weebcon in the future, be sure to come in early, especially on Saturday. I hear Saturday is really bad. But yeah, so far my first impressions of loading and whatnot, it was pretty easy to find the parking garage and drag my stuff into the convention center. They didn't have anybody watching the hotel entrance, so I walked in without a badge and I just started setting up. And then they have the check-in table by the loading dock, so I grabbed my badges and then finished setting up. Pretty convenient for me. I don't know what that says about security though. And then I do have a corner table for this convention, but that's because I'm sharing this space with my sister Jamie. So we each have our own 6-foot table in the corner. I will say though that the aisles in between each section is pretty narrow, so I am concerned about traffic coming through to look at the side tables. When we came in this morning, we also didn't have any chairs, so I had to go find some, which luckily I was able to find. It was by the check-in table, and I just grabbed some. I don't know if I was supposed to or not, if they were like passing them out, but I grabbed some because I needed it to set up my table. All that to say, we are here, we are set up and ready to go. Today doesn't open up until 2 p.m. It is only 10:46 right now, so we have some time to kill before attendees start coming in. So I guess in the meantime, I will show you guys my table. I do have some new things since the last time I vlogged. And I also have a really cool stamp rally for this convention that I will tell you about later in this video. Okay, so here is my booth for Weebcon. It is a 6-foot table. So here are some of the new things that I have at my table: holographic photo cards and lenticular photo cards. And I have a pretty limited stock of them. I don't know if you can really tell the lenticular like in video or not. I also have some new charms as well as these trinket holders. So I have these stickers that I did for Digital Circus and I made them into charms, so they all have like a different backside. And then I also made these trinket holders. A lot of people call them carabiners, but I think carabiners are usually used for like climbing and are like usually really sturdy. So I call them trinket holders because they're meant to hold like charms and stuff, so like trinkets, just to mitigate any confusion. I do have a Jasper and a Mocha version. I have a Pikachu and I have a Ditto, and then I have a Jax. I think that's about it. And yeah, I'm really excited for the show. I think my table looks nice and full, and we'll see how day one goes. Just to talk a little bit about the Artist Alley space for Weebcon. So this is a 6-foot table. I have a corner. So I have this 6-foot table here, and then we brought our own 6-foot table for this other side. So this is Jamie's side, and she has her own 6-foot space. Here's the space that's between the corners. So as you can see, it feels a little bit narrow. I'm hoping a lot of the people who got corner tables are also like bringing an extra 6-foot table to put on the side so that it's more obvious that this is like an actual aisle. As far as the space goes, they do have some nice spacing in between each of the 6-foot tables, and that makes it a lot easier for us to enter and exit from behind our tables. The space behind the table is also pretty nice. I think everybody has a lot of space to put up photo stands if they need to. It seems like a lot of people in this row are not using photo stands, which is nice because then we just have all this extra space to work with. The width of the table, I believe, is a standard 30 inches. I am able to fit 2 grids across pretty easily, and then I have a little bit of wiggle room for the things in the back. We are also provided 2 chairs. Unfortunately, no trash cans, so I'm gonna have to look for a trash can for this weekend. Hello everybody, so it is 6:25 p.m. right now. Today ends at 8 p.m. so we just have a couple hours left of Weebcon day 1. Honestly, I've been here since like 8:30 this morning, so it's just been kind of a blur. For the first 4 hours of the show, we've just been like super busy because of our stamp rally, and we actually ran out of prizes today. So I don't have any more prizes for the rest of the weekend. We definitely understocked on the prizes and got way too many stamp cards. So really successful stamp rally. I did keep a personal copy of the prize for myself, just because I was really excited about it, and I think it turned out really cute, and it's pretty functional too since it's a blanket. As far as sales go, I think my charms have been doing pretty good. I had these little new trinket holders, which I think I showed earlier in the video, that have been doing pretty well. And then just, yeah, charms in general I think have been doing pretty good, so I'm happy with that. I haven't really compared my numbers for today to last year's numbers yet, so I will check in on that and then maybe check in one last time before day 1 ends and let you guys know how it's comparing. It's interesting because we are in a different venue for Weebcon this year, so I think the comparison will be a little bit off. But yeah, we will keep going for the rest of the day, and then I will check back in with you guys in just a bit. Hello everybody, it is 7:46, so we have about 15 minutes until Artist Alley closes for day 1 of Weebcon, and I am so tired right now. I've been awake since like 6:30 a.m. and I just can't wait to go home today. I do have to go get dinner, so there's that, but other than how I'm feeling, it's been okay today. I definitely made back table. I am local to this convention, so my only expenses are table and parking and whatever food I have for this weekend, so really not too bad. So I'm pretty sure I have covered expenses. I am comparing it to last year's Weebcon, and I think I am a little bit under what I made on Friday last year, just on card. I do think I got a lot of cash sales, although I do have a lot of ones, so it kind of feels a little bit misleading. I'll have to double check when I get home. Even with the really successful stamp rally, I am still a little bit under what I made last year. I kind of expected this. I think last year there were only 60 artists in the Artist Alley, whereas this year, I haven't counted myself, but people were saying they added over 200 artists to the Artist Alley. And that's just because like the venues are different. So in the Irving Convention Center, they could only fit 60 of us in the Artist Alley room that they put us in. But this year, because we're at the Gaylord, we are in one giant room with the exhibitors, the guests. I think some of the gaming setups, like a bunch of stuff is all just in one room. And so I think they needed to fill the space more. And so they brought in more Artist Alley tables. So that's probably cutting into the profits. I think if there were only 60 of us, we all would have done really good today. But unfortunately, they did add a lot of artists. But considering that they did add that many, and I'm still pretty close to what I made last year, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So I think I'm doing pretty good. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be busier, but I'm still pretty good with where I'm sitting right now. I'm ready to go get some dinner. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning for day 2. Good morning, everybody. It is day 2 of Weebcon and it is 10 a.m., which means Artist Alley just opened up. We did get here at 8:30 just so that we could guarantee a parking spot. I think at 8:30 it was maybe like 50% full, especially towards like the exit. Today was also like kind of thunderstorming this morning, so I wonder if people aren't planning on coming in early today. But it might be full by now. There were definitely a lot of people standing outside of the exhibitors room, just all lined up. It seems like there still are a lot of people here, so really excited for that. I also went on an adventure this morning trying to figure out parking situation for Weebcon. Basically, Weebcon advertised that parking would be $17 a day for everybody, even if you are not staying at the hotel. But yesterday we were charged $32 as we were leaving the garage. Unfortunately, no conclusion yet. It seems like there might be some miscommunication between the hotel and the event staff, and so we're just trying to see what we can do with that. So I decided that I wanted to host an alien stage stamp rally for Weebcon. And so I asked 3 other artists to join me, and together we designed a blanket that had all 6 of the alien stage characters on it. It was a really, really successful stamp rally. Unfortunately, we ran out of prizes very quickly on Friday, but I did want to show the stamp card that I designed for the stamp rally. So I drew 2 characters, and then Jamie drew 2 other characters, and then my 2 other friends drew Hina and Luca. And the way that we did the card was that we actually didn't have the map ready yet, but I wanted to order the cards so they would come in on time. So I made a QR code that links to a map online so that if anybody needed to find us, then they could just scan the QR code and it would have the updated map. And I think it worked pretty well. I think the cards came out really cute, and the blankets came out even cuter. So although we did run out early on Friday, I'm hoping to maybe bring back this stamp rally for a future convention if the 4 of us happen to all be vending at the same convention. So that is the hope. Hello everybody, it is 3:29 and we still have like 4.5 hours left of Weebcon. It ends at 8 p.m. today, and I really wish it ended at 6 p.m. I think 8 is way too late, and I'm really tired. So I would love if this show would end a little earlier. I know it's a Saturday, but it also started at 10 a.m., so the vending hours are pretty long. Yeah, as far as sales goes, it's been pretty decent. I've definitely sold a lot of charms. I think I only have one of my Maid Jaxes left, unfortunately. I am restocking him because I have another Digital Circus event coming up, so that should arrive in time. Should also arrive in time for Anime Dallas. But yes, charms are definitely doing the best. I think sticker sheets might be second. I'm doing pretty decently. I'm gonna have to compare my numbers from last year to this year again. I'll probably be down from last year, but maybe but still pretty close, so I'm happy. I'm doing pretty good. Note that this might not be a good convention for beginners. It seems like the layout is definitely confusing a lot of people, and it's hard to get like a good flow of traffic. And I've definitely seen in the chat that it's been difficult for some people to make table back. And so I'm really hoping that it picks up for them. But I do think that maybe if you are just starting out, this might not be the best convention to try out because the table prices are pretty high. So I would probably recommend something more like Anime Dallas as like a first convention. So just something to keep in mind if you are thinking about vending at Weebcon. It is now 7:55. We have about 5 minutes until the Artist Alley officially closes for day 2. A lot of people, I think, have actually left early. Like a lot of the artists have left early. I know some people even packed up and are not even planning on showing up on Sunday. And I think that's just how bad it's been for some people. It's really sad to see how different it could be for some people, because for me, I'm only like a couple $100s off of what I made last year, whereas some people haven't even made table back. So it's really sad to see that's just how it goes sometimes. It's always your mileage may vary kind of show. But yeah, as far as sales goes for me, like I said, I was only a couple hundred off of what I made on Saturday last year. which I guess is good. Unfortunate that I didn't make as much or better, considering that I think my setup looks better and I think I probably have more stuff, but I also didn't bring my shirts, which are like a bigger ticket item. I can't remember if I had shirts last year or not. I think I did, but you know, that's okay. I'm really still happy with the numbers I made. Charms definitely still my #1 sellers for today. I did sell out of my one-piece blind bag, so I'm going to restock that tonight so that I have some more for tomorrow. And I did sell some big prints as well, which makes me really happy. I'm never sure about my art as like illustrations, and so when people buy like prints, I'm like, thank you. But yeah, it is almost 8 p.m. It has been a long day. We've been here since like 8:30, so almost 12 hours. And for tomorrow, I think I am planning on actually swapping spots with Jamie. I think my table is in a slightly better like viewing position for the traffic flow. So I want her to have a chance to be in this spot. So tomorrow I'm going to be sitting in a different spot. I'm actually very interested to see how that will affect sales tomorrow. I'm pretty satisfied with the numbers I have right now, so if I lose out on sales, like I'm totally fine. I'm more interested to see how much it will like affect sales for tomorrow, so it will be really interesting. But anyway, we are probably gonna close up soon and then head out to grab some food for dinner, and then we will see you tomorrow for day 3 of Weebcon. Good morning. It is day 3 of Weebcon, the last day, and today the show is from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it does end pretty late for a Sunday. I wish it ended at 4 p.m. And we are here. It is currently 9:14. We got here at 8:30 in order to get a parking spot in the garage. And the parking garage was still relatively empty. There were still some spots for sure. So I think 8:30 is a good time to aim for, maybe even by 9. If you're here, at least for Sunday, then you should be okay. But just a reminder that because of the miscommunication between Weebcon and the hotel, unfortunately, parking is not the $17 discounted rate. It is $32 every day, so kind of sucks. But it will be a lot easier to load out from the garage, so we will pay the $32 today. Not too much to report on today. I did count my cash yesterday and I did pretty good. I was definitely down a couple hundred, but that's not too big of a deal. I'm pretty happy with my numbers. Whatever I get today will be good. Like I'm ready for Weebcon to be over. I'm pretty tired. But the thing for today is that I'm in a new spot for today. So technically we're in the same spot, but Jamie and I swapped our tables. So I'm going to have a different traffic flow for today, and I'm really interested to see how that's going to affect sales. If it's less, I don't really mind. I just want to see what happens. So that's where I'm at for today. Also, I guess just like temperature-wise, I've been pretty okay. I think Friday, I didn't have my jacket on most of the day. I think I put it on a couple of times when I got cold, but yesterday was actually a little stuffy, and I'm guessing it's just because there were more people. I didn't need to wear my cardigan, but I always just bring a jacket, so I guess something to keep in mind. If you do want to bring a fan, on Saturday, it did get stuffy, so if that's something that you think you would need. And also, a reminder to just keep hydrated, bring water. I will check in later throughout the day, and we will see how Sunday goes. Oh, the egg guy?
And I was like, is that someone from dispatch? And then they're like, no, it's from Dublin or
100 line.
The phone charm. And I was like, oh.
Sorry. It is currently 3:04, and we have about 3 hours left of day 3 of Weebcon. So it's been pretty slow today, especially in the morning. There was like barely any people walking around. I wonder if it's because it's Easter today. I don't know if people like going to church or something, but definitely a lot slower than yesterday and Friday. I did check my numbers, and I am about 50% of what I made on Sunday last year. I doubt that I'm going to reach the numbers I made last year just because it has been pretty slow. But that's okay. I'm kind of just like cruising right now, so hi. Yeah, of course. All right, and is that going to be everything for you? Yeah, all right. Are you doing cash or card? Cash? Oh, it's going to be $20? Yeah. Anyways, we are going to continue vending until the end of the day, and then I will check in one last time before the convention closes and share my final thoughts on Weebcon. Another thing I wanted to note for Weebcon is the Wi-Fi connection. So I am on T-Mobile. That is my carrier for my phone, and I usually just turn my hotspot on for my Square terminal. And this year for Weebcon, I haven't really had any issues with connection. The convention's almost over, and yeah, I can't remember a time where I had any issues with that. This is the Gaylord Resort and Convention Center. So if you are planning on vending at a convention in this location at any point in the future and you have T-Mobile, you might be okay. Again, it is always a good idea to bring like a Solus or another kind of hotspot with you if you are concerned about the Wi-Fi connection. Hello everybody, it is currently 5:24. We have about 45 minutes until the end of Weebcon. And so many artists are actually packing up already. So it has definitely died down quite a bit. There are barely any people walking around, and even if they are, nobody's really buying. Everyone's just kind of browsing. So I think it's pretty fair that artists have decided to pack up early. I don't think the loading dock actually opens until 6 p.m. If they are planning on using the loading dock, then unfortunately they can't leave just yet. But I think a lot of us probably just drove into the garage and parked and probably have carts or like suitcases and are planning on just walking out. And that is actually what we are planning to do as well. I think we've stayed here long enough and we haven't really been getting many sales. So after a very long weekend, it's time to go home. But all that to say, I do think that is a wrap on Weebcon. Although it is not officially over, I am going to start packing up my table. Interestingly enough, rebooks for Weebcon 2027 did go out during the show. I actually rebooked my table for next year as well a couple months ago when they sent out early invitations for it, just because it is a local show and I think I do make a decent amount for the amount of effort that I put in. It's only a 20-minute drive for me. Like, I really don't see a reason why I wouldn't want to come back unless I did like really, really, really bad one year. But for now, I am going to be back next year. I will have a corner table again so that I could split with Jamie. It just makes it a little bit cheaper that way. Although I do think the corner may have been not so much a corner this year, but we do have a corner for next year again. So hopefully the layout will be fixed next year. If they ask anybody for feedback, then I think a lot of us are probably going to say to have a better layout. So hopefully that's something that they fix next year, but we will see. I think currently, as of recording, 2027 Artist Alley inline and corner tables are both sold out, but there are still exhibitor booths open. They are a lot more expensive, unfortunately. The Artist Alley tables are $350, the inline ones, and then the corners are $400, whereas I think the exhibitor booths are like $900, like $1.2K for like premium exhibitor booths. Yeah, so a pretty big difference in the price point. If you were looking to vend for next year, unfortunately everything is sold out, so the only way that you would probably be able to get a booth is if you buy one off of somebody who is selling theirs, or maybe even if perhaps Weebcon opens up applications again, they might have more booths and they might have more to sell later, but who knows what will happen next year. I am going to start packing up soon, so I will sign off now. But if you did stop by my table during Weebcon this year, thank you so much. I had a lot of fun talking about Dispatch and Amazing Digital Circus with everybody. I think those are honestly my best sellers. Oh, also One Piece actually. There are a lot of One Piece fans here as well, and I had a lot of fun talking about Law, who's my favorite character. And yeah, and if you reach the end of this video, thank you so much for watching again. I am trying to do my best with uploading the vlogs. It is a little slow, I apologize. But I hope they're still like informational. Hopefully you found something in this video that made it worth it. And you know, hopefully I will see you in the next video. If you saw anything in this video of mine that you liked, definitely check out my shop. All of my social media and other links should be in the description below. I think that's about it. And yeah, I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Bye.